Myself Mrityunjay Kumar, and this is my first video. I am going to start the relation between India and China. So, as we know, China is a communist country, and let's know something about communist countries. So, in communist country, the government is controlled by a single party, and in communist country, the political dissent is not tolerated. The meaning of dissent is dissatisfaction. And as we know, India is a democratic country. In democratic country, every individual have a right to own their property and right to have a means of production. And in democratic country, we are free to create our own party and free to contest the election. So let's start something about China. So on October 1949, China's communist leader Mao Zedong declared China as People's Republic of China. And on 15th August 1947, India declared itself as sovereign, democratic, and a republic state with the adoption of a constitution on 26th January 1950. So let's know something about constitution. So our Indian constitution handwritten in two languages, in English and Hindi. So in English, our Indian constitution is written by Prem Bihari Narayan Rajada, and in Hindi Vasant Krishna Vaidya. The relation between India and China mainly starts from 1950 on a note of friendship because our ideology is similar. India and China both are against imperial power. India fought with the imperial power like Britain, and China Opium War with Britain and lost their property. I am going to start the background or history of Opium War. In 1972, Britain is one of the major power of Europe, and Britain just walked out from the American Revolutionary War with the expensive cost of losing not only much of their national treasury, also its 13 American colonies. The empire therefore seeks the way to find a new source of revenue, new trade opportunities, and then Britain find their possible target as China, because China at that time dominant actor in the world. In 18th century, China enjoyed a favorable trade balance with Britain, exporting porcelain, silk, and tea in exchange of silver. This trade was not balanced on the side of Britain. Millions of pounds of silver were flowing out of British Empire into China. Seeks the way to counter trade, and then they did opium. In late 18th century, the cultivation of opium in British territory of Bengal was expanded, and British start exporting opium from British control India to China. So now in early 19th century, the recreational use of opium skyrocketed. The meaning of recreational use is for their entertainment purposes, and the people of China is also getting addicted from the opium. And in China, the serious social and economical disruption is also happening. Then Chinese government banned opium, both the production and import of opium. In 1830, the smoking opium is illegal there. Everything is smooth at this time, but the tension increased after some drunk British soldier brutally murdered a Chinese man, which is not in the Chinese rule. In response to this incident, Lean stopped the supply, ordered all Portuguese to expel the British from Macau, forcing them to move to a barren island of the coast presently known as Hong Kong. In November 1839, Chinese warship clashed with British merchant from River City in Hong Kong, leading to the outbreak of First Opium War from 1839 to 1842. In 1840, the British government decided to use their military forces against Chinese. They sent their warships and merchants to Hong Kong. They fought a serious and a decisive defeat to the Chinese emperor. After a month of negotiation and fighting, in late August 1942, the British men captured Nanking. The war ended with the Treaty of Nanking. So, what is in the Treaty of Nanking? The first point, the first demand in the Treaty of Nanking was the treaty forced China to cede. Cede means to give the Hong Kong to Britain. And the second point in the Treaty of Nanking is The China have to pay $21 million to Britain. And the third one is China have to open their five ports for foreigners to trade. The five ports was Shanghai, Nagpo, Fuzhou, Amoy, and Canton to British merchant. And supplementary, there is another treaty named the Treaty of Bourg in 1843. Through this treaty, Britain added a provision for British extraterritoriality. Now we are starting Second Opium War, which is from 1856 to 1860. Mainly, Second Opium War was the result of the failure of Nanking Treaty. British is not satisfied with their goal of improving their trade and diplomatic relations. The reason of Second Opium War is in October 1856, some Chinese marine in Canton Sea seized a British operative cargo ship. This incident gave British the excuse they are being waiting for to use their military forces against China, but this time they have the support of French. So now in 1858, having already captured Canton, French British forces headed to Tangier. A treaty once again proposed. This treaty is more unequal than the last one. In this treaty, the first demand is to open 10 more Chinese ports for the foreigners, and second, the permission for foreign location in Beijing. And the third one, Christian merchant activities should be allowed there. And the fourth one is to legalize the opium trade. Although China signed the treaty in 1858, it took 2 more years of fight, which ended with the capture of Beijing. Now, Chinese government disposed to ratify or to validate the treaty. Then the it's reached the Convention of Beijing 1860. So now, so in this video, I mainly discussed the Opium War, and in the next video, I am going to discuss the all the relation between India and China, and probably in the third video, I will try to cover the current issues of India and China. Thanks for watching. Fierce, we can say, between India and